Sri Gurubhyo Namaha children. We welcome you to our online teaching academy, Ekaleva. Are you excited children what we are going to learn today? Yes, today we are going to read a lesson name called Nose Jewel. Do you know what is nose jewel? Yes, it is an ornament. Yes, especially women wore it. It was written by Chakravarti Rajagopalachari and he was known as Rajaji. And he was born on 1878. He was an Indian politician, independence activist, lawyer, writer, historian, and statesman. He was born in the village of Torapalli in the Krishnagiri district, and he was the last Governor General of India. And he was the leader of Indian National Congress, and he won the highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. Today we are going to read a lesson written by him, The Nose Jewel. Before getting into this lesson, let me tell you the gist of the story. The Nose Jewel. So, in this story, the sparrows built a nest in Ramaya's house. And then what happened? One day the male sparrow found the nose jewel in a heap. He just picked it up and came to the nest with the shining stud in his beak and informed his wife about it. The female bird shouted at him and told him that the diamond jewel was not of any use to her. She asked the male sparrow to search food for the young one. So the bird dropped the diamond stud on the floor and went out in search of little worms for the young one. When Ramaya's wife was sweeping the floor, she found the diamond nose stud. She picked it up with delight and wore it. Her husband told her that it was a mistake to keep the jewel. She did not bother about it. She knew that the jewel belonged to her neighbor's daughter, yet she did not reveal about it to anyone. The maid servant of the neighbor was suspected. The police searched her hut but could not find it. Ramaya's wife put the stud away in a box. She soon developed a severe fever and she was confined to her bed. So, this story tells about we should not be greedy. Yes or no? Yeah. Shall we read the lesson? Yes. Ramaya was a simple man living in the town. He lived with his wife in a nice house made up of tiled roof. He was not rich, but he could take care of his family. Two sparrows built a nest in a nice spot in the roof of Ramaya's house, and the mother bird laid her eggs in it. My dear, began the male sparrow, and what do you want now? Asked his wife. Why does the lady of this house always quarrel with her husband? So what happened in this paragraph? It tells about Ramaya was not too rich. He was a simple man. He can take care of his family. He lived in a nice house which is made up of tiled roof. And then what happened in his house? The two sparrows built a nest, and that the mother bird laid her eggs in it. After that, what happened? The male sparrow wanted to ask a question to the female sparrow. And the male sparrow asked, why does the lady of this house always fight with her husband? And the female sparrow said, how am to know? Said the female bird. Let us mind our own business. How do I know? Shall we do our own work? You're always self-centered, said the male sparrow, and added, should we not help this poor Ramaya? So don't be like self-centered, and we have to help this person, Ramaya. And then the female sparrow said with disdain, scorn, let me see what help you can do for him. So she is saying that, let me look out what help you are going to do for him. And then, please do not talk what does not concern us. Don't talk unnecessarily. See that the cat does not come near our nest. That should be enough for you and me. So, the female sparrow is very clear. We should not talk about anything which is not relevant to us, which is unnecessary, and don't waste time. And your work is to see whether the cat doesn't come near the nest. That's all. That is enough for you and me. Then, somewhere in the muck heap lay a diamond nosed well. The male bird picked it up and came to the nest with a shining stud in his beak and said to his wife, "Look, do you like this?" The wife bird replied, "What I am to do with the diamond nose stud and or with earrings?" So what happened now? This sparrow has taken the nose well from this heap. Okay, after taking it, it just came to the nest and showed to his wife. But the wife replied, "What I'm going to do with this? You just go and find some grub." Grub means food. So the little worms. Grub means a food for the young ones. So it is the little worms. Why? Because they were hungry. Who were hungry? The young ones are hungry. Then the bird dropped the diamond stud on the floor and went out in search of little worms for the young ones. So what happened after the female bird shouted at him? It just dropped the diamond stud on the floor of Ramaya's house and just went out to find food for the young one. Ramaya's wife noticed the jewel as she was sweeping the floor. She picked it up with delight and wore it. So what happened? She has taken the jewel and she was sweeping the floor, and then what happened? She picked it up with delight and she wore it. Okay, she was so happy to see the diamond nose jewel. Ramaya questioned her angrily. "How did you get this diamond stud?" "I found it lying here yesterday and took it, that's all." "We should go and hand it over to the village magistrate. If tomorrow the police should come and search our house, it will be disgrace to us." In Meenakshi Ammal house nearby, the talk went thus: "I forgot, and I left it in the bathroom. Kupai, the servant woman, must have swept it out. She is very careless and ignorant." So what happened now? Ramaya questioned her very angrily. "How did you get this diamond stud?" And then he was saying, and Ramaya's wife is saying that it was lying on the floor only yesterday, so I just took it. That's all. And we have to go to the village and we have to hand it over to the village magistrate. And if tomorrow the police should come and search our house means it will be disgrace to us. So what happened? It is a shame for us if any family member, any police comes to our family means it will be shame for us. And then what happened in Meenakshi Ammal house nearby? The talk went the so he could they could hear the rumors around them. So what happened? "I forgot and left it in the bathroom." So what happened? This lady has removed and kept it in the bathroom. Kupai, the servant woman, must have swept it out. So what happened? The Kupai, the servant woman who was working in that house, so she would have swept it out, and she is very careless and ignorant. She was uneducated person, so she is very careless and she doesn't know them. The mother, Meenakshi Amman, consoled her little girl, saying, "Let us search and find it. Don't tell father yet. He would go into a rage if he knew that he had lost the diamond nose stud." So what happened? Meenakshi Ammal was comforting the little girl. "We'll search it and then we'll find it out. Don't tell your father. If you say to your father means what will happen? He'll be very angry, and that if he comes to know that you have lost the diamond nose stud means he'll be in a rage to shout at you. So don't do that." Then "What is the secret you are whispering?" asked Ramanathan, so Meenakshi Amma's husband. Then the loss of the jewel had to be admitted. So they were talking, this man has asked them, so they were saying the reason. And then soon the whole village knew about it. The maid servant Kupai was suspected, doubt by everyone to have. The police came and searched her hut but could find nothing. And then what happened? So they were just coming to Kupai's house and then they were searching the house but they could not find anything in that house. Ramaya's heart was in a flutter. Ramaya's wife put the set away in a box. She soon developed severe fever and was confined to her bed. No one thought of searching their house. Then Sea Sparrow said, "Look at the fun, my dear. The lady of this house is scared and is down with fever." "Nice fun indeed," said the She Sparrow. "The poor woman is in a panic. The fever may be the end for her." So what happened? Ramaya's heart was beating like anything. And then what happened? This lady has kept the stud in a box. And then what happened? In a fear, she had a fever and then she confined to the bed, restricted to the bed itself. And no one had a doubt of searching her house. And then what happened? The male sparrow saying that, "Look at the fun, my dear. The lady of this house is scared." So she is in fear. And nice fun indeed, said the she sparrow. "The woman is in a panic." Panic means fear. "The fever may be the end for her." Rightly said. We should never be greedy for what belongs to others. So we should not be greedy and we should not be greedy what belongs to others. Come, let us go now and bring some warmth for the young ones. And the two flew out. So what happened? We should not never be greedy for what others are having. If they are having means, the God has given that and we should not be jealous of what the others are having. So we have to be good and we have to be good to others. So now come out. We'll just go and find the worms for our young ones. And the two sparrows flew out. Ramaya and his wife, rest of his wife, in fear of being caught. So they were having the fear that the whole life is like because they are having the diamond stud in their box. So even though they are having the diamond nose shell maybe still with them, but the fear of being caught was even more. So what happened? Even though they are having the jewel with them, but they have the fear in their mind. Yes or no? Yes. Then, so the moral of the story in this no jewel story is we should never be greedy for what belongs to others. Greediness will cause pain. Mr. Ramaya found the diamond nose stud and he told his wife to give it to the village magistrate. And this Ramaya's wife was sweeping the floor and it did not belong to her, but she was delighted to find it and she wore it. And even though she didn't feel guilty that she was wearing someone else's jewel, even though her husband warned her, but she did not take it. But she did not pay heed to his words. After some time, what happened? She had a fever and she confined to the bed. So the couple spent the rest of their life in fear. So greediness will cause pain. Yes? Yes or no, my dear children? Okay, children. Thank you, children. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.